Hey guys, it's Deepak Shukla here from Send Koala, and if you're interested in getting our free template on how you can generate up to 7 leads, yes, 7 leads from outbound emails per day, then click the link in the description below to get access to our free template. And today we're going to be talking about how many cold emails should you send per day. It's a really good question, and when you're thinking about the volume, it depends upon a couple of factors which we're going to walk through. So number one, if you're doing manual sends, then and when I say manual sends, it means that you're not using an automation tool like Send Koala or any of the competitors out there. In fact, what you're doing is you're manually logging into your G Suite, or rather your workspace, your Outlook account, and you're putting together manual emails to Richard, to George, to Melanie, to Stephanie, to Jeffrey, whoever it might be, and you're writing a personal note. You can send as many of those as you like, okay? Because realistically, there's going to be a cap on how many of those types of cold emails you're going to send. They are and will always be the most effective type of email that you can send, okay? The challenge, of course, with that is the time, energy, and effort that's required to manually find the emails, to manually put together the outreach script, to manually make all of them personalized. And I'd highly recommend doing that, to be honest with you, for the highest value accounts. If you've got, for example, accounts you're going after that are worth, 6 figures in potential contract sizes, they should not necessarily be going into your automation, depending upon how big the market is, but that's probably training for another video. So if you're doing it manually, then 10 to 20 a day is fantastic. It's a full-time job at that stage. Now, if we're talking automation, again, there's a couple of considerations. So with automation, a lot of it depends upon how personalized your emails actually are, okay? How personalized your emails actually are, how long you've had your email account, the volume of emails you typically send, your expected open rates, all of these factors come into play, okay? So broadly speaking, if you don't expect to have hugely personalized emails, I would never really get much above the 50 per day mark. Now, you're going to hear a lot of advice from different people that could tell you can get all the way up to a few hundred per day using the same email account, okay? Now, there's specific circumstances and there's specific types of emails where achieving higher numbers than that is possible, and you have to take these into consideration. If the list is a list that you know is going to be very responsive to the emails that you send, that changes the nature of how many you should send per day. If you know that you're giving something away, or you're asking someone, if they want to appear for a free media opportunity, so that's giving something away, then you're going to get a much higher response rate. Okay, so it really depends also on the nature of the ask. If you're, for example, like us at Pearl Lemon Leads, when we do our own outreach, we're selling cold calling, appointment setting services, lead generation. We'd be doing, outreach for Send Koala to talk about using our tool. That's going to get a lower response rate because you're asking effectively someone to spend some money with you ultimately, and that's going to lead to lower response rates. So in those circumstances, I do think up to 50 per domain, and that's again another consideration, per domain is an ideal way to ensure longevity of the actual email account. This means that if you want to send above 50, you can set up 2 domains. Now, you're welcome to send as many as you want, okay, depending upon, it doesn't depend. You can send as many as you want through Send Koala. You can send 100 per day, you can send 250 per day. These are just my personal recommendations from my years of running Pearl Lemon Leads as a lead generation agency owner, as well as all of the outreach we've done with sending, I don't know if it's millions of emails right now, I've never kept count, but hundreds of thousands of emails, as we continue to do, and as we're seeing across Send Koala. So I would stick with the 50, up to 50 per day, per domain. If you want to set up more than that, then set up a couple of domains. You can slowly scale it, I think, over time. I do like 50 as a number, but I have seen accounts work at 120, 150 per day, but it isn't quite cold email in the way that you'd think about it. We're not just selling a service such as that. And these are some of the considerations. So I would stick to that number, and with that in mind, if you want to get access to our template that's generating us up to 7 leads per day for some of our clients, then click the link in the training below to get access to the exact template script word for word. Catch you in the next training, guys.